You know a movie's iconic when people quote it constantly, even the part that literally tells them not to talk about it. Fight Club isn't just a movie, it's a philosophy, a middle finger to consumer culture, and an existential therapy session disguised as a bare-knuckle brawl. Directed by David Fincher, the same guy who made Seven, and later Gone Girl, Fight Club was a cinematic Molotov cocktail hurled straight into the heart of corporate America. It's brutal, hilarious, confusing, and somehow manages to make soap look sexy. So, let's grab our black coffee, ditch our IKEA furniture, and dive into the film that made an entire generation question literally everything. The story starts with author Chuck Palahniuk's 1996 novel, a dark, violent satire about masculinity, modern malaise, and punching your inner demons in the face. The book developed a cult following almost overnight, and 20th Century Fox quickly snatched up the rights. Enter David Fincher. After clashing with studios over Alien 3, Fincher was determined to make something bold, weird, and uncompromising. He read Fight Club and basically said, "Yeah, I'm in, but we're doing it my way." He wanted to turn Palahniuk's cynical fever dream into a visual and psychological mind trip. The studio said, "Sure, how bad could it be?" They had no idea what they were signing up for. Our narrator is a white-collar zombie, the human version of a desktop screensaver. He can't sleep, he hates his job, and he fills the void by buying furniture he doesn't even need. His life changes when he meets Tyler Durden, a soap salesman with abs so sharp they could slice through capitalism itself. Together, they start Fight Club, an underground group where men beat each other senseless to feel alive again. But things escalate. Fight Club morphs into Project Mayhem, a full-blown anti-corporate revolution. Somewhere in between the explosions, nihilism, and smashed teeth, our narrator realizes the horrifying truth. Tyler Durden isn't real. He's his alter ego. He's been punching himself both literally and metaphorically this whole time. So yeah, not exactly The Notebook. Right, this is the part of the video where I do the please subscribe dance. It's awkward for everyone, so please save us both the embarrassment and just hit that button for movie magic. It helps. Now back to the movie magic. Edward Norton nails the role of the nameless narrator, anxious, awkward, and constantly teetering on a nervous breakdown. He's the perfect audience surrogate, intelligent enough to see the absurdity of modern life, but too weak to escape it. Brad Pitt, meanwhile, gives one of his most magnetic performances ever. Tyler Durden is charming, hilarious, and terrifying, like a TED Talk given by the Joker in a leather jacket. Pitt radiates chaotic energy, selling every line with that smirk that says, "I might punch you," or "I might inspire you." Helena Bonham Carter brings raw edge and weird vulnerability as Marla Singer, the nihilistic chain smoker who looks like she raided a thrift store and never left. And let's not forget Meatloaf as Bob, the ex-bodybuilder with, those things. Together, this cast doesn't just act, they embody the beautiful, broken mess that is Fight Club. Screenwriter Jim Uls took Palahniuk's anarchic novel and translated it into something cinematic but still completely unhinged. He didn't tone it down, he embraced the chaos. Fincher, meanwhile, directed like a man possessed. His approach was clinical, yet punk. Precision wrapped in madness. The visuals were groundbreaking. Camera dives into trash cans, CGI sequences through coffee cups, subliminal flashes of Tyler before he appears, and editing so tight it feels like it's punching your retinas. Fincher worked closely with cinematographer Jeff Cronenweth to give the film that grimy, fluorescent look, like the world's coolest panic attack. Here's where it gets ironic. Fight Club, the anti-consumerist anthem, flopped at the US box office. Released in October '99, it made only about $100 million worldwide against a $63 million budget. Not exactly a knockout. Critics were polarized too. Some called it genius, others called it toxic, irresponsible, even a fascist manifesto for the bored middle class. But then the DVD hit, and suddenly Fight Club became the poster child for cult cinema. It sold over 13 million copies, turned into a dorm room staple, and basically became the cool guy movie every film bro quoted for the next 2 decades. What started out as a flop ended as a cultural phenomenon. Behind the chaos was, well, more chaos. During filming, Brad Pitt and Edward Norton actually sparred to make their fights more realistic. And yes, Norton really did hit Pitt in the ear in that iconic "hit me as hard as you can" scene. Pitt lost a piece of his front tooth during production as well and refused to get it fixed until filming wrapped. Method acting? Nah, try a little bit crazy. The film's production also included some sneaky pranks. Fincher inserted single-frame flashes of porn into the movie as a gag. The explosions at the end, miniature buildings filmed so realistically they still hold up decades later. And fun fact, the studio hated the marketing. The trailer sold it like a boxing movie. Fincher was furious. Turns out, philosophical critique of consumerism doesn't test well with focus groups. Today, Fight Club is considered one of the most influential films of the late 20th century. It inspired countless think pieces, college essays, and what does it mean YouTube breakdowns. It's being parodied, referenced, and memed endlessly, though sometimes misunderstood by the very people it critiques. The irony, of course, is delicious. A film that mocks consumer culture ended up on posters sold at every dorm room poster sale in America. Tyler Durden, who would be furious, or maybe he'd laugh, or probably both. Fight Club isn't about fighting, it's about identity, about trying to find meaning in a world that measures your worth by what you own. It tapped into that late 90s anxiety, men and women drowning in comfort, desperate for chaos. Fincher's genius was blending existential despair with razor-sharp humor and style. Every line feels quotable, every frame oozes rebellion. It's messy, it's violent, it's nihilistic, but it's also real. Beneath the explosions and insanity, it's a story about one man realizing that destruction isn't freedom, self-awareness is. And the fact that people are still arguing about its message 25 years later, that's the mark of a true masterpiece. Now, Fight Club wasn't made to make you feel good, it was made to wake you up, slap you in the face and whisper, "You were not your job." It's cinema as provocation, and few movies have ever been this bold, this weird, or this unforgettable. So yeah, Fight Club broke every rule, including its own. And maybe that's why even decades later, we're still breaking the first rule by talking about it. Thank you so much for watching this retro review. What was your craziest moment from Fight Club? Which moment in the movie got to you? Let me know in the comments. And if you like what you just saw, please do like, share, and subscribe to Movie-matic. We'd really appreciate it. If you don't, thank you so much for watching this video to the end all the same. You take care and have a great one.